We're at Commodity Classic 2019 down in Orlando, and it's always nice to catch up with folks from Ohio who are staying busy here as well. Joining me on my left, John Miller, president of the Ohio Corn and Wheat Growers Association, and on my right, Scott Metzger, president of the Ohio Soybean Association. So, guys, thank you so much for joining me here today, here in this wonderful trade show. John, we'll start with you. First of all, what is keeping you guys busy down here?
Well, today we had our first session of the Corn Congress at NCGA. Kind of went through the policy book and cleaned up a little bit of wording and things like that. And the big push this week we're kind of working on was getting E15 kind of pushed through for the waiver for summertime usage. And then the second thing is getting the U.S., Mexico, Canada agreement ratified, trying to get a good push on that as well.
We'll revisit some of those topics in a moment, but want to catch up with Scott here, talking about what you guys are doing here. What's keeping the soybean people busy?
So kind of the same thing. Today we had our state caucuses with we meet with Michigan, Indiana, and Ohio, and go over the entire ASA policy and change or correct anything between the three states we want to in the policy itself. And then we present it Saturday to the annual membership.
So what has stood out this year as far as policy, not only in the state and the tri-state area, but also nationally? What's going on?
Probably the biggest thing, obviously, is the Farm Bill and trade with it. That's kind of the hot topic that we want to make sure that we're in line with what the new Farm Bill is going to be and the implementations of what's going to be in it.
Absolutely, and probably looking forward to what Secretary Perdue might be saying here as well.
Yes, correct. Yeah, seeing what he's what he's going to implement on it and talk about it.
Ready for the 2019 planting season?
Yes, we are. We're getting there.
It's got to dry out a lot for you.
Yeah, we're awful wet. Yeah, we've had almost 10 inches of rain here since January 1st, so we're pretty well saturated. I'd like for it to dry up so we can get our wheat and barley top dressed.
Oh, there you go, John. As you're talking about, planting season ahead, first of all, are things wet over your way?
Oh, yeah. And it sounds like as of this morning, Dale said that we're supposed to get more snow this weekend. So looking forward to coming back to Ohio with better weather in March. There's a lot of work to be done before we get planting.
Well, it's kind of nice to be down here in Orlando where the temperatures and the weather are pretty nice, and the fellowship is pretty good too. So going back to some of those policy discussions that you guys are going on about, what stands out to you? What stands out from an Ohio farmer's perspective, especially when we're talking things like Libor back home? Here, what's going on in your mind?
Well, Libor has been a big discussion from the state caucus time that we had yesterday. Nationally, the NCGA, we talk a lot about water quality, and Ohio is one of the leaders that NCGA leans on policy and what their direction they're wanting to go. So we're definitely leaders in the water quality, and I hope we can get things right in Ohio to kind of filtrate throughout the country.
Scott Metzger, president of the Ohio Soybean Association, John Miller, president of the Ohio Corn and Wheat Growers Association, joining us from the 2019 Commodity Classic. We're here in the trade show, but a lot of things going on behind the scenes when it comes to these organizations doing a lot of work for Ohio growers around the state. Thank you guys for joining us here today.